Okay, so now let us discuss the British colonial education policies in India. And this will span from 1773 to 1947. So, questions जो है, in prelims, it comes, okay. Prelims में they ask question, either they can ask facts related to some policy, or they can ask you क्रोनोलॉजी। ओके, आपसे या तो पूछेंगे कि कौन सा पहले आया कौन सा बाद में आया पॉलिसी, दिस कैन बी आस्क्ड, और दे कैन सिंपली आस्क फैक्ट्स रिलेटेड टू पॉलिसीज। ऑलराइट, सो British education policy in India, it was primarily designed to serve their colonial interest. Why? Why do we say that it was designed to serve their colonial interest? Because it was made so that they can understand the natives better and they can rule over the natives better. Okay. And education policies जो है, that was to propagate British propaganda, that was to propagate the British language, that was English, and that was to suppress the native language and the native knowledge. Okay. सो बिफोर 1813, हम 1813 की क्यों बात करते हैं? बिकॉज 1813 में जो चार्टर एक्ट आया था, देयर वाज अ चार्टर एक्ट विच हैड बीन पास्ड विच सैंक्शनड 1 लाख रुपीज फॉर एजुकेशन इन इंडिया. And this 1 lakh rupees, the debate surrounding the how to utilize this 1 lakh rupee, it led to a lot of controversy. So we can divide the British education policies in India into two parts. One is post 1813 and one is pre 1813. Okay. So between 1600 to 1700s, education in India was largely traditional. Gurukuls were there, madrasas were there for the Muslim students, and the pathshalas were there. Okay, so where the kids used to go and used to take knowledge from the Guruji. But this knowledge as well was restricted to the upper caste. Okay, so the lower caste people, they were not allowed to go and get education. It was only restricted to the upper caste or the Dvija caste people. So missionaries, they played a role in setting up schools, particularly in South India. So 1670s में British East India Company जो है, it started funding some schools in Bengal and Madras. And in 1715, the first recorded British funded school was established in Calcutta. Okay. अर्ली कॉलेजेस में क्या क्या है? सो कैलकटा मद्रसा वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन 1781 and the location is obviously Calcutta. Warren Hastings was the founder. Then Asiatic Society of Bengal, William Jones was the founder, and it was founded in 1784. So Calcutta Madrasa is a PYQ. UPSC has already asked this. ये याद रखिएगा. So it was the first, you can say, structured thing that was opened. Okay, so first structured school, you can say, that was opened by the British. And then you have the Benares Sanskrit College. So this is again a previous year question. And 1791, it was opened by Jonathan Duncan in Banaras or Varanasi. Then you have Fort William College. Again, this is a separate PYQ. So Fort William College was founded by Lord Wellesley so that the British officers can be trained. So this was a civil service institute. This was like Labasna of that time. So Labasna में क्या होता है? IAS officers are trained in the similar manner in Fort William College. Lord Wellesley जो है, he has set up a college so that the British civil servants, they could be trained in the Indian ways and how to control India and how to rule over India. So this is actually a PYQ, ये भी याद रखिएगा. And in the PYQ they had asked what is the purpose of Fort William College. अब हम बात करते हैं ब्रिटिश एजुकेशन पॉलिसीज फ्रॉम 1813 टू 1947. सो चार्टर एक्ट ऑफ 1813, first official British policy on education in India. So this was the first policy, please remember. And it allowed Christian missionaries to establish schools in India. So because it also allowed the Christian missionaries to come to India without the interference of the East India Company. It opened the door for the Christian missionaries to come to India and to proselytize the Indians. Then company जो है, it allocated rupees 1 lakh per year under the Charter Act of 1813. So this is also a PYQ. And it is the first government, structured government funding for education. But there was a lack of clarity on the medium of instruction and whether we will go with English or vernacular language. जो ये 1 लाख रुपए है, this 1 lakh rupees, how it is going to be used or utilized. So उसके लिए this led to a controversy which is famously known as the Anglicist versus Orientalist debate. इसको क्या कहते हैं? Anglicist versus Orientalist debate. And Anglicist people, they believe that the education should be there in the English language and in the Western sciences, Western philosophy. But the Orientalist people, they believe the natives ought to be taught in the native language and the native philosophy. Okay. So, General Committee of Public Instruction. So, this is important, dear friends. General Committee of Public Instruction was established in 1823, and it was set up to decide how the 1 lakh rupees will be utilized from the 1813 Charter Act. So you can see everything was moving very slowly. 1813 Charter Act, they sanctioned 1 lakh rupees, but it was not a very big amount. And to utilize that small amount, they took 10 years just to set up a committee. Okay, so this tells you that the Britishers were not super serious about education in India. So this General Committee of Public Instruction, it divided this into two factions, the people, one Orientalist and one Anglicist. And no clear policy emerged which led to continued debates. So ये याद रखिएगा कि ओरिएंटलिस्ट क्या चाहते थे, they wanted education in Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic. And the Anglicist, what did they want? They wanted Western education. Okay. Then this debate between the Anglicist and the Orientalist, it was settled by the Macaulay's Minute and English Education Act 1835. So पहले 1813 में और 1813 they sanctioned 1 lakh rupees. उन्होंने 1 लाख रुपए sanction किया. उसके बाद 1823 में a committee was set up to decide how that 1 lakh will be spent, and this led to the controversy and the division between the Anglicist and the Orientalist. Okay, and then 1835 में Macaulay का minute जो है, it came and it settled the debate in favor of Anglicist. So ये जो Macaulay थे, he was a law member और he was a law commission के member थे, किसके? विलियम बेंटिक के कैबिनेट में और विलियम बेंटिक के काउंसिल में, who was the governor general at that time. And Lord William Bentinck, he implemented the English Education Act on the insistence of Macaulay. And Macaulay's famous minute came. Minute क्या होता है? Basically details of a meeting. So there must have been a meeting जिसके minutes जो है और जो उस meeting में क्या क्या हुआ, that all were written down, and it declared English as the medium of instruction, and it favored Western education over Indian traditional knowledge. And it also advocated downward filtration theory. ये क्या कर रहा है? डाउनवर्ड फिल्टरेशन थ्योरी जो है उसको प्रमोट कर रहा है ना. व्हाट इज दिस डाउनवर्ड फिल्टरेशन थ्योरी? सो द ब्रिटिशर्स, दे बिलीव दैट we will educate the small number of Indian elites. Who were the Indian elites? These people, they were generally land holding upper caste. जिनके पास पहले से पैसा है, जिनके पास पहले से एजेंसी है, ओके, टू टू लर्न थिंग्स, हु वेर अलाउड टू लर्न रादर, दैट विल बी ए बेटर वर्ड, बिकॉज इन द इंडियन ट्रेडिशन or the Indian system, not everybody was allowed or everybody had the resources to learn. एंड दे बिलीव दैट हम अगर 4-5 लोगों को पढ़ा देंगे तो ये 4-5 लोग 100 लोग को पढ़ाएंगे, एंड देन 100 लोग 1,000 लोग को पढ़ाएंगे, 1,000 लोग 1,00,000 को पढ़ाएंगे. सो दिस वॉज द माइंडसेट दैट वी नीड इज टू टीच द टॉप एलिट्स. देन इम्पैक्ट में क्या है? इम्पैक्ट में संस्कृत एंड पर्शियन एजुकेशन डिक्लाइंड. द पाठशाला, द the gurukuls, the madrasas, they started to decline. Okay, so can you say that at one time 100% education was ensured via the pathshala system, via the gurukul system, via the madrasa system? But when the British brought their western structured education system, hierarchical education system, illiteracy started to spread. Why? Because there was a decline of the traditional Gurukul system, and English became the dominant language in the administration. पहले क्या था? पहले जो है, they were using a mix of Persian and a mix of Sanskrit as well. Okay. Calcutta Medical College was established in 1835. So this is important, dear friend. Elphinstone College was established in Bombay in 1835. Wood's Dispatch, it came in 1854, so it succeeded, or rather it came after the 1853 Charter Act. So 1853 mein there was the final Charter Act, and then came the Wood's Dispatch, which was the Magna Carta of the Indian education, and it was the most comprehensive education policy. This is also a very recent previous year question. So what were the key provision of Wood's Dispatch? So there will be a 3-tier education system. There will be a primary, secondary, and higher education system. There will be departments of public instructions, or DPI, which shall be established in each provinces. Sort of like education department आप कह सकते हो. वर्नाक्यूलर एजुकेशन मतलब इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस के एजुकेशन जो है, दे विल बी एट द प्राइमरी लेवल. सो दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट यूपीएससी हैड आस्क्ड. सो वर्नाक्यूलर एजुकेशन जो है, दिस विल बी एट द प्राइमरी लेवल, एंड इंग्लिश विल बी एट द हायर लेवल, एंड इट इनकरेज्ड प्राइवेट एफर्ट्स एंड मिशनरी इन्वॉल्वमेंट. सो यहीं से जो है, जो आप देखते हैं इतने सारे मिशनरी स्कूल्स है किसी भी सिटी में. You name a city, there is a missionary school in India. Saint Joseph, Saint Xavier, Saint Michael, Saint Francis, Saint any kind of Saint Dominic, something like that. There is a school, especially in the British provinces cities. There are a lot of institutions which are founded by the missionaries, and missionaries जो हैं उनका जो influence है, it increased after the 1854 Woods Dispatch. Impact क्या था? So this led to the establishment of universities in Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. And first structured education system in India जो है वो Woods Dispatch की वजह से आया, and it encouraged grant in aid system for private institution. What does this mean? This means that if a private person wants to open a institution, so he can do so, and he shall be provided the grant in aid system. Okay, so any private institutions that you guys know of, very famous koi private institution which had operated around the 1800s? Have you guys heard about the Bethune School? DAV, you are correct. It opened during the end of the 19th century, but during the mid of the 19th century, Bethune School था. और Bethune School के एक बहुत फेमस सेक्रेटरी थे, उनका नाम आप बता सकते हैं? दिस वॉज अ क्वेश्चन इन 2021 प्रिलिम्स। वेरी गुड, यू आर करेक्ट। ईश्वर चंद्र विद्यासागर। तो ये याद रखिएगा, द क्रूसेडर फॉर विडो रीमैरिज, ईश्वर चंद्र विद्यासागर, ही वॉज द पर्सन हु वॉज द सेक्रेटरी ऑफ द बेथून स्कूल। अब आपको याद हो चुका है वुड्स डिस्पैच 1854। नाउ वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द हंटर कमीशन। And Hunter Commission, it came in 1882 during the time of Lord Ripon. And the key recommendations of the Hunter Commission was it emphasized primary education, it transferred control of primary education to local bodies, it encouraged vocational and teacher training, and it recommended increased private participation. So it basically said that the government cannot be everywhere in the matters of education. So it is better that whosoever the people are here, including the Britishers and the elite Indians who are here in India in their private capacity, so they can open their schools. And we always have a grants in aid system. The British government will give some money, and these people, they can build a school and they can start a school and they can get affiliated, and the education system can thrive. So ये याद रखिएगा, हंटर कमीशन का किस पे फोकस था? प्राइमरी एजुकेशन पे फोकस था। एंड प्राइमरी एजुकेशन को किसको दे दिया? लोकल बॉडीज को दे दिया। सो लोकल बॉडीज को जो दिया, तो इसमें आपको याद होगा दैट लॉर्ड रिपन, हु वाज द वाइसरॉय एट दैट टाइम, ही वाज आल्सो नोन एज फादर ऑफ लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट। ओके, यस, and encouraged vocational and teacher training, and it recommended increased private participation. So this led to the rapid expansion of primary schools. A lot of private individuals, they went ahead and opened these primary school, and education remained focused on the elite groups. अब हम बात करते हैं इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज एक्ट 1904 के बारे में। So it was passed by Lord Curzon to reform the universities. Okay, ये जो है लॉर्ड कर्जन ने पास किया था, क्या करने के लिए? यूनिवर्सिटीज को रिफॉर्म करने के लिए। एंड ही वांटेड स्ट्रिक्टर कंट्रोल ओवर यूनिवर्सिटीज बिकॉज दिस लॉर्ड कर्जन, ही वाज ऑफ द ओपिनियन दैट ये जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, इट हैड बिकम डाइल्यूटेड। उसने क्या कहा कि ये डाइल्यूट हो चुका है एजुकेशन सिस्टम। अ लॉट ऑफ अनडिजर्विंग पीपल, they are finding their way into the university system, and he said that this is diluting the whole education system. Okay, so आज के डेट में आप देखते हैं, has the education system being diluted right now? The answer is yes. Okay, because everybody has a graduate degree right now. Everybody, unless and until they start some business after 12th, or they are really dirt poor, everybody is graduating with at least a minimum BA degree. Okay, increased funding but restricted autonomy. So this was very unpopular among especially the Indians, who saw this as an attempt to stifle their education prospects. Okay, yes, so this, in reality, you are very correct that this Indian Universities Act was passed so that this whole revolutionary activities, or rather the nationalistic activities, could be stopped in universities, because these universities, they were starting to become den of these kind of anti-colonial activities. And then came Sadler Commission in 1917 to 1919, and it basically coincided with the Montagu Statement and the 1919 Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. So Sadler Commission जो है, he reviewed university education So ये याद रखिएगा 1882 Hunter education system was for primary, whereas Sadler Commission was for university. And what were the key recommendations? So introduced a 12-year school system before universities. So they said that anybody who wants to go to the universities or graduate to the universities, they must do a 12-year school system, and they focused on vocational and industrial training, and they encouraged women's education. Okay. And it helped modernize university education and created the foundation for later education reforms. Then came the Hartog Committee in 1929, and it focused on the qualitative improvement in education. So इनका recommendation क्या था? That dropout rates, it needs to be reduced. See, dropouts used to be very high those days. Not everybody was graduating. So graduating with a simple BA used to be a very big thing. And if you have an MA, so you were already a professor. You could start teaching as a professor the moment you get an MA. Okay. But many people, they used to drop out after class 6th. Some used to go up till 8th. तो 8th तक पढ़ना बहुत बड़ी बात होती थी. 10th तक पढ़ लिया तो बहुत विद्वान है आप. You are very, very educated. And if you are doing inter, तो मतलब तो जॉब आपकी टीचर की पक्की. Okay. And this introduced examination reforms. It strengthened vocational education. Vocational education का मतलब क्या है? Something related to the industries, learning a skill or two, so that they can be employed in a mill or an industry in Bombay, Calcutta. Okay. Then came Vardha scheme. So Vardha scheme was not a British initiative, but it was a native initiative. The Congress took this initiative, and it was proposed by Mahatma Gandhi for basic education according to the Indian ethos, the Indian village ethos, and Zakir Hussain, he was made the chairman of this committee, and it asked for free and compulsory primary education between the age of 7 to 14. And they said learning has to be through productive manual work, and education need to be in the mother tongue. एजुकेशन जो है आपका वो मदर टंग में होना चाहिए. एंड द इम्पैक्ट, इट वाज रिजेक्टेड बाय द ब्रिटिश ऑफिशियल्स, saying that this does not have official sanction. Okay. Then came Sargent Plan. This is not J Sargent Plan, this is J number ABCD हम चलते आ रहे हैं ना, उसमें Sargent Plan है 1944 का. So this was the last British education policy before independence, and it basically parroted the lines of the Vardha system, where they had asked for compulsory free education for all children aged 16 to 14, 6 to 14 rather, and vocational education to be delivered at the secondary level, and higher education expansion would be done, and establishment of national universities would be done. But this remained unimplemented due to British withdrawal from India. So आप देखिए क्या क्या है. What is the chronology? Charter Act came in 1813. Macaulay's Minute came in 1835. Wood's Dispatch, it came in 1854. Hunter Commission in 1882, and it was for primary education. Sadler Commission came in 1917 for university education. Hartog Committee came in 1929 for the quality of education, and Sargent Plan, it came in 1944, which provided a blueprint for post-war education. So after the war, और राइट रादर आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस, हमारा जो है फोकस किधर था? हमने एक गलती क्या की कि हमारा फोकस टर्शरी एजुकेशन पे ज्यादा रह गया. वी डिड नॉट डू ऑन प्राइमरी. सो जिसके वजह से देयर वाज मास इलिटरेसी, at the bottom, whereas the upper, जो अपर पिरामिड है, जो ऑलरेडी एजुकेटेड, ऑलरेडी एलीट है, दे बिकेम ओवर एजुकेटेड, एंड ड्यू टू ओवर एजुकेशन दे कुड नॉट फाइंड सुटेबल जॉब्स. वाई? इनको एजुकेशन वर्ल्ड क्लास मिल रही थी आईआईएम्स और आईआईटीज में, बट इकोनॉमी वॉज नॉट वर्ल्ड क्लास. So world class graduates, they had to do a 150 rupees, 175 rupees job. So overeducated uh, college graduates, they started to do what? They started to migrate to USA and UK, and some even migrated to USSR. बहुत कम, एक आध ही यूएसएसआर गए. 99% migrated to USA and UK. Why? Because वर्ल्ड क्लास एजुकेशन मिल चुकी थी. तो वर्ल्ड क्लास सैलरीज के लिए दे हैड टू गो टू यूएसए एंड यूके. ओके. यूएसएसआर में थोड़े लोग गए थे, आई थिंक कुछ इंजीनियर्स वगैरह गए थे, दैट्स इट. लेकिन वहां भी सिचुएशन इंडिया से बेटर था इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेजेस. ओके. इट वाज, वी से ना, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड कंट्री था. जो सोवियत ब्लॉक है, एटलीस्ट इट वाज ए सेकेंड वर्ल्ड कंट्री, इट वाज एन इंडस्ट्रियलाइज्ड कंट्री. वेयर इंडिया जो है, इट वाज ए डी इंडस्ट्रियलाइज्ड स्ट्रगलिंग इकोनॉमी. सो हमारे जो ओवर एजुकेटेड ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, दे हैड टू लुक टू समवेयर टू गेट द कमेंसरेट सैलरीज जो उनके एजुकेशन के बराबर हो, विच वाज नॉट बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड इन इंडिया. ओके.